Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the Gooners and Gloves Podcast channel. In today's video, it's going to be the 106th Gooners and Gloves Podcast, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and reactions to Eberechi Eze officially receiving a here we go. It's done. The deal between Arsenal and Crystal Palace is sealed, and Eberechi Eze will be joining Arsenal. Currently, the plan is for him tomorrow to play his game for Crystal Palace in the Europa Conference League qualifiers, and then after that, he will officially have his Arsenal medicals. So that game in the Conference League qualifiers will be his final one for Palace. That will be a send-off, and then after that, all going well, he should have his medical and join Arsenal. What a huge night for Arsenal. This completely just took such a massive twist. I mean, I'm still absolutely just mind blown. I mean, this is crazy. Obviously, we know that Arsenal have been a huge fan of Eze for months now, and we certainly wanted him, but then obviously as things developed, as Nwaneri extended his contract and we started to consider it, we kind of cooled our interest in him because obviously Odegaard and Nwaneri were our 10, our midfielder cover, and then obviously we didn't really view Eze as a winger. But unfortunately, literally today, we got the unfortunate news that Kai Havertz is injured, and based on the urgency that we showed tonight to get this Eberechi Eze deal over the line, you can only assume that it's quite a severe injury. So obviously, very unfortunate news, a huge blow for Arsenal, and of course we hope that he gets better as soon as possible. It always sucks to see a player injured, and obviously the fact that the Eberechi Eze thing came as a result of an injury certainly is unfortunate, but looking at the positive, we've obviously got an absolutely massive transfer over the line. I mean, you guys know from my video about Eberechi Eze that I made, I think, a week or two ago. I'm an absolutely massive fan of him. I'm so gassed. It certainly helps that Crystal Palace is my second club, as I've mentioned before, so that certainly helps. But the truth is, I've always been a huge fan of Eze. He's an absolute baller. We know, obviously, he's got the connection to Arsenal, having played for us as an academy player, and now here he is. He's going to be coming home. Obviously, we all wanted it to happen, and it's huge. So, as I said before, earlier on, it got revealed that Kai Havertz unfortunately sustained an injury. So, Arsenal, as expected, decided to sign. Obviously, we knew that Arsenal were going to sign someone in the transfer market to try and obviously increase that depth, because Kai Havertz is a major loss, and I guess it naturally made sense to go for Eberechi Eze again. We knew that he wanted us anyway. So as we know, Tottenham Hotspur had actually agreed a deal with him. Because we were taking so long, Eze decided that he'd be open to joining Spurs, and we know that obviously he agreed personal terms with them. They agreed a deal. Essentially, things were in place. I think even today, them and Crystal Palace had finalised the deal and everything, but then Arsenal swooped right back in. Tottenham Hotspur had taken too long to get the deal over the line, and so Arsenal saw the opportunity, swooped back in, and unsurprisingly, Eberechi Eze did pick Arsenal. We know that his dream has always been to go back to Arsenal, so it's no surprise that he has picked Arsenal and that he will be joining us, but it's just an absolutely massive transfer, and I'm so gassed. In terms of analysing what he brings to us as an actual player, I'm going to save that for when he gets announced, so this is more of just a quick podcast and a quick short, basically just talking about my thoughts on the here we go, just kind of giving you guys the update. It's a here we go. Ornstein, Romano, all the big boys have confirmed that it is happening. He will be joining Arsenal. As mentioned before, he's got his Conference League qualifier game tomorrow, which he'll be playing, and then after that, hopefully on Friday or Saturday, he'll have his medical at Arsenal. But literally, I've jumped straight on this. Like, it's literally been mere hours since we re-entered the race. That's why I'm just so absolutely just speechless. Like, it's been honestly only about 2 hours since we re-entered the race. Genuinely, about 2 to 3 hours. It's barely been any time at all. The Kai Havertz injury got announced at about sort of 12 o'clock today, and now here we are, 10 o'clock, literally only about 5 minutes ago. The here we go came out, so you can see how urgently we moved on this, which I really do think unfortunately implies that Kai Havertz injury is very serious. The fact that we moved with such urgency, I mean, we immediately met the valuation. We immediately offered, easily achievable add-ons. Like, it's very clear that, we were in a bit of a desperate situation, but you know what? Let's not be negative. Let's just be happy. We all wanted Eze, regardless of how much we paid. I don't care. I'm so happy to see that Eze will be an Arsenal player. He's consistently been one of my favourite players in the Premier League for so long now, so to see this man at Arsenal is absolutely amazing. And as mentioned before, Crystal Palace are my second club, so obviously having one of their players come to us is always a great feeling. So yeah, I'm so happy. I can't wait to discuss my thoughts on the transfer more in the terms of like what he brings to the team, etc. It's going to be interesting to see how he's deployed, because obviously the question is, we know that Havertz got injured, and this is obviously in response to Havertz being injured. So is he going to go on to the left? Is he going to be midfielder coverage? Because obviously you'd imagine that now, probably with Kai Havertz injured, you'd probably look to make Mikel Merino the backup striker. Obviously Gyökeres will still be first choice, and then from there maybe make Merino the backup striker, and then as a result of that you can fill that gap gap in midfield with Eberechi Eze? Do you put him on the left? There's so many options, and this is why this is such a good signing, because he's so versatile. If we need him on the left, we can play him there. If we need him in midfield, we can play him there. He's even played as a false 9 before, so super versatile player, and that's something that just makes him so good. But what a signing. I'm so gassed. Literally, it's been 5 minutes. Obviously, the fact that obviously we're getting him from Spurs is a great feeling as well. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I won't go too much into that, but obviously that's a great feeling. But what a moment. Just what a great feeling. Massive signing, and I feel like this has really reinvigorated some energy into the Arsenal fan base. We know that as of recent things, they've been a bit downcast and everything, but I feel like this is the kind of transfer that this is a needle mover right here. This is a seriously good transfer. This just completely reinvigorates the fan base, and I'm so excited to see what Eberechi Eze does at Arsenal. What a massive signing, what a huge transfer, and I just can't wait to see this man in an Arsenal shirt. As I said before, in terms of analysing what he does for the team, I'm going to save that for I will be making another video when he's announced. So when Arsenal actually announces him, that's when I'll be talking about what he adds to the team and what I think of him as an actual player. But for the time being, this is just a little update video that I thought I'd put together, just kind of telling you guys it's a here we go, it's official, giving you guys my literal immediate reaction. Like, when I say immediate reaction, 5 minutes before I started recording this podcast, the here we go came out from Fabrizio. Literally only hours ago did we re-enter the race, and it's just accelerated so quickly. And unfortunately, as I said, this probably does mean that Kai Havertz's injury is quite serious, hence why we moved with such urgency. But it just felt really good to see Arsenal just pay the money, move with urgency, and just get the deal over the line. That's a really good thing to see. So as much as, of course, it really sucks that Kai Havertz is injured, and of course we're all going to hope that he recovers as soon as possible, because no matter what people say, he's a very important player to Arsenal, and it really sucks that he's injured. However, we've taken a positive out of it, and that's that Eberechi Eze will be joining Arsenal and that we moved with urgency. So fantastic feelings. So super excited about this one. I don't want to ramble on too much. This isn't going to be too long of a podcast. I kind of wanted to just give my immediate reactions to the here we go. All in all, as you guys know, I'm absolutely over the moon. Firstly, because Eze is an absolute baller. Secondly, he's versatile. He adds loads on the left, the midfield, etc. Thirdly, Crystal Palace are my second club, so obviously I'm always going to be happy when a player from there joins. And fourthly, he's one of my favorite players. I'm absolutely gassed, and he's a baller. So yeah, those are my immediate reactions. When he gets announced, that's when I'll talk about like what I actually think he adds to the team, how I think he should be deployed, basically the more tactical side of it. But for now, this is just a really quick podcast just saying that I'm absolutely gassed. Welcome to Arsenal, Eberechi Eze. I can't wait to see this man in an Arsenal shirt. And yeah, this is absolutely huge. It's fantastic, and I'm just so happy. So yeah, a crazy turn of events. Arsenal very much looked like they were the favourites initially. Then obviously they kind of cooled their interest. That led to Spurs coming in. Spurs agreed personal terms with him. Spurs agreed a deal with Palace. They were literally on the verge of getting him. And then Kai Havertz out of nowhere gets injured. And then Arsenal re-hijacked the deal because Spurs just did not buy him. So Arsenal re-hijacked the deal. Eze then comes back to Arsenal. And within literally about 2 to 3 hours of re-hijacking it, it's a here we go. And Eze is off to Arsenal. So massive signing. Absolutely over the moon. And I can't wait to see this man at Arsenal. So yeah, massive shout out to Crystal Palace, of course, for, making the sale. Much appreciated to them. And hopefully we can take good care of Eze. And hopefully we can just kind of make Eze's dreams come true. But yeah, please let me know down below what you think of this. What do you guys think? How gassed are you? I'm absolutely over the moon. What a huge signing. And I can't wait to see this man in an Arsenal shirt. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the Eze signing? Where do you think he should play? And all in all, what are your thoughts on the overall transfer window? It was already a great transfer window before, but this has just made it even better. This is a generational transfer window for Arsenal, and Eze has certainly contributed to that. But anyway, that's all I've really got to say. I don't want to repeat myself too much. The ultimate message of this video is that I'm super excited about this transfer. I'm absolutely over the moon, and it feels so good to see Eberechi Eze get the here we go, our 7th here we go of the season overall. So yeah, but anyway, that's going to go on and do it. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Please let me know down below what you think of the Eberechi Eze transfer. Did you think he was coming to Arsenal? Did you always think? Or has this come as just as big of a surprise as it did to me? Of course, I always knew that he preferred Arsenal, but I just didn't think Arsenal were going to go back in there. But obviously, the Kai Havertz injury kind of forced our hand. And yep, here we are. I guess some things are just meant to be, and Eberechi Eze at Arsenal was just meant to be. But anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great day. Please let me know down below what you think of the Eberechi Eze transfer. What do you think of the here we go? What are your thoughts heading into the new season? And all in all, what do you think Eberechi Eze brings to the table? And I'll catch you guys with another podcast soon. Bye bye.